I am curious for these kids that do participate in these violent acts, that perhaps do get caught. What are the ramifications for them that perhaps they don't understand will follow them through, perhaps even into adulthood? That just because they're youth doesn't mean they get off scot free.
Absolutely. And these kids need to understand the serious consequences of their actions. If I allude to my previous experience as a beat patrol officer in the downtown east side, I used to see a steady stream of kids that were coming into the open air drug market. And these kids were engaging in the drug market by either selling or using or both. And the majority of these kids, the greater statistical percentage, came from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, and they had never been afforded extracurricular educational or sporting opportunities. So there was never any other alternative that had been presented to them. And the general public was quick to point a finger at these kids and say, you do the crime, you do the time,
Hmm.
it's your responsibility, versus actually taking out the time to guide, lead, mentor these kids and give them the amenities and the resources and the support systems they need to be successful. Now, we have this expectation of these kids that you are required to be law-abiding citizens. But if these kids come from toxic, dysfunctional family environments and have never been taught otherwise, we can't necessarily hold them at the same expectation level that we do everybody else. I think we have an onus and burden of responsibility to give these kids the support systems that they need to be successful in life. But in order to change that trajectory, we need to be there for them and help them and give them what they need to be successful in life.
We had
And
to.
there was multiple
Sorry, I
there
didn't
was
mean to
multiple
interrupt.
no, no, not at all. And so it was on account of various incidents in the downtown east side. If it's okay with you, I'd like to share one of them.
Hmm.
But I remember with this young boy that was sitting in a lane in the 100 block East Hastings, and he was getting his crack pipe ready at 2 a.m. in the morning. And I later learned he was 14 years old. And I recall asking him, it's like, what are you doing down here? Why are you using these drugs for your family? And I'll never forget his response. And instead of answering my questions, he posed the following questions to me. He said, tell me something. He said, if your mom left you when you were young and you have no idea who she is or where she is, your dad's lying drunk on the sofa right now and has no idea where you are, and your only brother's sitting in jail for dealing drugs and there's nobody else at home. He said, where would you be?
Wow.
And he was absolutely right. It's when we take something like that, a story like that, and we put it into context, only then we can begin to understand what kind of environment some of these kids come from. So once again, yes, we do have responsibility. Let's give these kids the positive, constructive outlets that they need in order to start changing their trajectory.